If you're watching this at a later time, hopefully you enjoy it and you thumbs up, subscribe, whatever. I'm not going to be on here long, just a few minutes. Wanted to come on, talk with everybody, say hello, see what everyone's up to. Show you guys something cool I found today. I look like a nerd so much.
What?
I look like a nerd when we found those today. I was like, oh my god, bananas. Hello, Joe. Guy who's hard to impress, you ninja.
I'm trying to turn my phone down and my freaking case is messed up.
I got 5 people chilling. I want to show you guys something because, like, I'm kind of a Star Wars. Hello, David. I'm kind of a Star Wars geek, right? So today I was at the store and I was picking up some bananas. Bananas, right? And on the bananas they had some Star Wars sticker, but you only got 1 sticker per bunch of bananas. And I told Evie I was gonna buy all the bananas till I got all the stickers. She's like, no, don't do that. She just started peeling them off and put them all on my bunch. But I'm gonna save these because I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know how long you're gonna be able to find those. You know, eventually no one's gonna have these. All 4 of them. We got the Millennium Falcon, that new Walker, a TIE Fighter, and an X-Wing. And, you know, in 30 years...
You're getting comments.
Oh, people are talking?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice lady. What? Hold on. Do me a favor. Do you have Sip's number?
Yeah.
Text him and tell him I'm live. How do you know nice lady? That's fun. Sip and I were doing it. I don't know how he knows that.
Was it on camera?
No, it wasn't on camera. Sip and I were doing something. Hi, Jay. How's the weather today? Still snowing? No snow today.
It was a little bit.
A little bit, but it's kind of melting outside right now, but we're supposed to get some rain later on. That's going to probably melt a lot of it, but then it's supposed to drop in temperature, so it's all going to turn to ice. So, you know, the event continues. But yeah, just really cool that I found all these Star Wars.
Nice lady, though?
Nice lady was, Sip and I were joking around on, I don't know if it's the thing. I'll explain it to you later. We were trolling, and Sip said something on one site, and I commented as I needed a quick name to try to troll Sip while he was trolling. I couldn't come up with anything, so I put Nice Lady as the name and told him, you're a mean man. I'm on the phone, though, with Sip, and he doesn't know I'm typing like this, and he goes, wait, somebody just commented, Nice Lady said this. Oh, I'm gonna... Wait a minute. That's you! And I couldn't start. I just burst out laughing. And yeah, so that happened. You got dumped today, Lex? Oh, that's oh, definitely. I'm going to. Because as soon as I saw him, I was like, 1, it's Star Wars. 2, it's Disney. Disney and Star Wars. Okay, so in like 30 years, because that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put these aside somewhere safe and hang on to all of them. And in 30 years, someone's going to be like, oh, I have the most complete Star Wars collection in the history of Star Wars. And I'll be like, yeah, but do you have the 4 stickers that were released on bananas? They're going to be like, what? How much you want for those things? I'm like, well, you go online and try to find in 30 years a complete set in decent shape of these stickers. I got them on, Evie put them on this nice piece of wax paper, so eventually we're going to fold it up and just keep it nice and put away, and that's going to sit in a drawer somewhere and just out of sunlight and sit. Like, you know, some stickers, probably going to be worth $10,000 a piece eventually someday to find a complete set in good shape. His mind works like that. Haha. Just picked up my retirement fund, didn't even know it. Oh, cool. Yeah, Tom Healy. Glad to have you back. We haven't seen you in a while, buddy. I remember you, man. How you doing, huh? Not for nothing. Oh, it's all good. Smoky? I'll switch it over here.
It's just worse when it's somebody else's smoke going in your face.
Oh, I know. When I was in college,
It doesn't bother me when it's, well, it bothers me when it's even my own smoke. I hate it.
When I was in college, I had kind of just started smoking, not too much, right? And there was this kid who I met during orientation. Nice kid, you know, and he didn't live on campus. He lived in another city and drove into campus. But he always left early so that, you know, in case traffic or whatever. And when he would get to school early, he said, hey, man, if I get there, like, I usually arrive about, you know, an hour early. Can I come hang out in your room? And I was like, yeah, man. And he used to do that. He would come in and light a cigarette, and I was still sleeping. And the smell of a cigarette while you're sleeping was horrible. But I used to use it as my motivation to get up, because then I could get away from him. Oh, hello, Troy. I understand, buddy. Hey, be safe. Take it. Thank you. What's that I'm smoking? Just a cigarette. Just a cigarette.
I'm on 100.
I smoke cigarettes because I care about the kids. As long as I'm breathing through breathing the smoke, saving the oxygen for them, huh? I'm thinking about the future.
Good idea, smoke alarm.
That's what you guys are here for. You know what, though? I wouldn't care if my house went up. I'm not saying I'm going to, but I wouldn't care if my house caught on fire. It's just stuff. It's just stuff.
Homeowners insurance is for.
I mean, there's certain stuff I would definitely... Paperwork would be more important to me. Paperwork. Of course, you know, but I have all that in bags.
I would be upset that our pictures would be missing.
Well, see, at that point, that's why you just break out a window and you just start chucking shit in the yard for a few minutes. Whatever you can get out the window for the first few minutes. I would rush back in to do that, just to knock out a couple things.
I've been in 2 house fires.
You've been in a couple... Yeah,
well,
you have been.
I've personally been in 1 house fire. The second one I wasn't home for, but it was in my home.
Yeah, but Tom, don't you have homeowners insurance when you know, it's nice to use it once in a while, isn't it? I'm not saying I would want my house to catch fire, but if it did, you know, it's just stuff. Stuff. I can get more stuff. Like, I would probably start with my game room and start, you know, I would carry a buttload of that stuff out. You know, save that stuff first.
That's why I like that we still have that 3-tier tote next to it.
So you're good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That stuff, I would... My game room, you'd be surprised. I'd Superman strength. You'd see me coming down with the whole shelf. Screw the TV. Knock that off. Yeah, pick up the whole shelf.
TVs can be.
And that stuff would be... Although, check this out, though. The fun thing is that if I just let it all burn up and the insurance paid it out, then I'd get a nice check to go find all that stuff again. Yay!
And then the fun starts over again.
Yeah, then it's all the fun again. But, like, then you get to walk into a game store and be like... and they're like, hey, can I help you? You just point to everything and say yes.
I want one of everything.
I'll take it. Do you have retro stuff? I want it.
Plus, we need 2 Xboxes.
It would be fun getting to do all that again. Not saying again. It would suck having... Some stuff I doubt would be hard to find again. Like, well, I don't have anything super... The top loaders are expensive, but not impossible to find. But the fact that I've had that top loader, probably I'm the second owner of that top loader ever. I remember somebody on post at Fort Hood when I was a kid sold an Atari Jaguar to my friend Kevin and Kyle Gonzalez. And we took it back to his house and played it. And we're like, this game sucks.
I need to see if Mom still has her one Atari.
Your mom has an original Pong machine. An Atari Pong machine, which I would love to get my hands on.
I don't know if she still has it.
That would be so... Oh, that would be such a shame. Hello? Hello?
Wow.
You heard her?
Mm-hmm.
She said hello. No, she just does that. She had her first heat. She's out of heat now.
No, that's her heat meow.
Still?
They can throw themselves in and out whenever they please.
Well, she needs to throw herself out. Piper, come here.
I'm about to throw her out. No, I'm kidding.
Piper, come here.
No, the cats actually have 3 bowls of food and 2 bowls of water.
Have you seen how chunky Peanut is? Food is never an issue. No. She just wants to go out and get hooked up.
She wants to have little pipers.
She wants to make flutes.
Little recorders.
Yeah. Hello, Steve. Scuba Steve. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Piper. 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 She knows her name, dude. I love this cat, though, because she's got such a unique, like, everything. She's too damn vocal. She talks. But her and I have a routine. When Evie goes to work, we have a routine. She bothers the hell out of me. I've had to, like, when I start playing video games, the tank game around her, and she gets into her lovey mood, I have to take my fingers off the, off covering the triggers, because what she'll do is she'll nudge my finger. Sometimes that is not good, especially when your reload is like 12 seconds, and it's not in-game time, it's realistic 12 seconds, and you're like, holy shit! So we've come up with a way to fix it. You have 3 cats and 2 dogs. My girlfriend has 5 cats, 2 rats, and a guinea pig. Ah.
We just have 2 dogs and 2 cats.
Yep.
Kind of always had 2 dogs, 2 cats. And then we did have an Oscar at one point.
Salty. Don't say that.
Edit that.
Yeah.
I would if I was...
Yeah, Salty. Come on, buddy. You're cool, but we're going to remove that one.
No, you removed the wrong one.
Ah! Sorry. I didn't remember. Wrong one removed, Tom. I'm messing all this up. Tom, you're good. Yeah, Salty, I'm not going to do anything against it. Just, you can't do that. You can't say that, man. We can't have that on here. Sorry, Tom. That was an accident. You're good. Well, thank you, Joe. Yeah.
I would have done it if I'm not an editor.
I'm not going to ever do that again. I'm definitely... Here, hold on. Evie, can you go up a message so I can make you real quick? Just type one thing. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. I mean, if they want to say it, that's fine. How do I do this? There's a way to do it from here. I don't know if I can. Maybe I have to get on my computer. I think I have to be on my computer to do it. I'll have to be on... I can set it up later. I'll set it up later.
I can report, though.
Well, you know, I'm not going to eat yellow snow again. It was the last time.
Hi, Shelly.
Oh, I know, gang. Thank you, Salty. Again, dude, hey, you know, whatever. If people want to, that's what's up. You know, I just don't prefer to have it on the chat feed. That's all. Just in case. You never know.
People can...
No need to report it.
You can...
That's cool, man. I understand.
People can take it out of context if they jump into the conversation and not know what's going on.
That's, I think, where the best point is, yeah. Again, I wouldn't eat yellow snow. Yeah, you have to go back and watch one of the earlier live streams. I ate some yellow snow. Somebody... I was going to. I said I was only going to if I got a super chat. No one stepped up to the plate. So your boy G-Bomb came through in a clutch. I'm never doing that again. But yeah, I ate some yellow snow. Because, you know, the way I look at it is that's a rule that everyone knows. Don't eat yellow snow. And I break the rules. And I don't like people telling me what to do. So... your son Hunter was like, oh my god. There's people out there.
I made him brush his teeth quite a few times. Gargle with some peroxide.
I'm like a bike with no lock. Sometimes I'm off the chain. You know?
Yeah, but you can't ride a bike without a chain.
I meant like a bike lock. If you don't have, I'm like a bike without a chain. I'm a bike without a chain. I'm off the lock.
Brake.
I'm without a lock. Well, you know, the thing about, I'm not going to really get into a whole lot of that because but people can do whatever you want. If you want to do that, that's fine. But I just don't prefer to be around it. And that's all. That's all. But do whatever you want. I just don't want to be around it. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. in the sense of humor, if we can't make fun of something, the only difference is in this context, if someone was to step in that we don't know, that wouldn't be something I want them to be able to read in the chat that was used and tolerated for that. But in the sense, because they might not take it in the context, but we know South Park is only in the context of humor. It's specifically presented that way. So it's okay to laugh at that when we laugh at each other's differences. Just trust me, in the military, I'm Jewish. I heard Jew jokes. I made Puerto Rican jokes. We made black jokes. Everyone made jokes at each other, and that's what made us all get along better, because we knew it was all in the context of funny. But not everybody can always appreciate it and come at it with that point of view. So that's the only reason why, is that because on this platform we have so many different people that could come and go. I wouldn't want that to be misconstrued in any way, shape, or form, because it could be. But when you all understand in the same context, it's just like that. It's just funny. And that episode was funny, and how he got shamed and everything like that. And you know, it is what it is. But I enjoy South Park. Love South Park. You know, it's created by 2 Jews, so it's my people. Uh-oh, you shouldn't get into fights at school. English, bro, back to school. I did very well in English. English was one of my strong subjects. I have a very good grasp of the English language. Almost to the point where I'm always called a Nazi grammar Nazi. Wow, that was a fast 15 minutes, huh? That went quick. But yeah, check out the yellow snow video. That was an interesting day. The other day with the 2 dogs. Well, no, I don't think so. I don't think Salty's racist. Not whatsoever. People hold their own opinions, and that's fine. But, yeah, that's cool. Everyone has that, and they have the right to be. But that can be a very lonely time. But, moving on. And then I was flying the drone the other day, and 2 dogs, left field, came out of nowhere. And I thought they were going to be cool. I'm like, oh, 2 dogs. It doesn't really bother me. And what happened was, all of a sudden, one gets close, and he started barking, like... And not in one of those friendly kind of happy. He started. Okay. Salty, it's all good, brother. It's all good. Hey, we're good. See, though, people didn't know that, and that's how it gets taken out of context. We're not gonna get into that. Not here, people. No. There's other channels. Go to Philip DeFranco or something like that, or whoever does that. We're all here just hanging out, having a good time. Salty's a good cat. I like Salty. He's a good guy. Just not my cup of tea. All right. So anyway, 2 dogs came running up on me. Started barking very aggressively. Had to yell at one. They tried to separate, go around me. I'm like, I know how dogs move. These 2 dogs know each other. They're trying to get on both sides. Chased one off that way. You know, after the yellow snow thing, I would know it's Salty. Yeah, Tom, that's funny. Oh boy. Well, thumbs up if we're at least having a heated debate, and this is how it's going to go down. I'm merely here to. It's like what was that play, chess? I'm merely watching the game, controlling it. I'm not part of it. I'm just here. Did you guys ever hear that play, chess? If you're familiar with the song "One Night in Bangkok," that was one of the songs. Hold on, focus. There we go. That was one of the songs, and I love that song, by the way. If you've never heard "One Night in Bangkok," go listen to it. And again, it is from the play Chess, which is an interesting play. I learned about it. There's a local theater down here, and they used to put on all kinds of productions, and Chess was one of them. Another production they did, which is a great play if you ever get a chance to see it, it's called Return to the Forbidden Planet. It's based roughly on a Shakespeare's play called The Tempest, but it's added to one of the B movies from, I believe, the 50s or 60s called Forbidden Planet. It's called Return to the Forbidden Planet. So basically, they've overlaid some Beach Boys type music along with the play of The Tempest but set in a futuristic setting. And it's really funny how they do it, and some of the dialogue and how they work in things. And it's a great play, but I saw it as a production live here in Clarksville for years. And what a great show. So if you ever get a chance, a lot of colleges ever put it on. If you ever see someone who's putting it on or you Google it, there's also some YouTube videos out on there. If you do Google the one and you find the one in Clarksville, the man in black with the red sash, that would be my pops. And I think you can see my head down in the front row when they taped that viewing for all those years back. But Return to the Forbidden Planet. Great, great, great film. Play. So, woo, we got 10 thumbs up, 13 people hanging out. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Hopefully everyone's having a good time. If you're not subscribed, it'd be great to do so. Go ahead and give that a little click. Don't forget to ring the bell if you want to get some notifications when I'm up. Sorry about the little thing here. If we do get interrupted for any reason, give me like 5 seconds and I'll be right back. I promise. Don't go anywhere. It's just like a commercial break. Sometimes these things happen and you just deal with it, right? Right. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stay tuned to the following program. So, Steve, what's been going on, mate? How you been doing? How's everything in the UK? Hey. You've been making videos on your YouTube. I haven't seen... It's not popping up notifications for me that you are. So I don't know if you haven't been or I'm just not getting...
Mine accidentally got turned off on a lot of people's.
I don't know. YouTube's algorithms are weird. I have to search so many things so many times to keep bringing up the same stuff that I want to watch. So goes, you know. Nothing like some good water. Right? But none right now. We're not having any technical difficulties. The government's not trying to shut us down just yet. You threw up a few days ago. Was it alcohol-induced, or did you, or was it sickness? That's also a joke I heard years ago. Australian AIDS. Alcohol-induced dizzy spells. AIDS. That's called Australian AIDS. Too bad Anne's not here. She would maybe get that joke. Ash put up one an hour ago that I'm featured on. Oh, very nice. See, we're getting that bad connection again, and it's the government, man. I'm just kidding. It's not the government. it's Wi-Fi. So, yup. Cheese and crackers, people. Oh, you put one up. Oh, very nice. Well, I'll definitely go check it out there, Supremo. I will definitely do that, Lex. Do me a favor. Like I said, always remind when you want me to check out videos, if you will just, when you leave either this live stream or something like that, go and comment, hey, remember to go check this one out, and I will definitely go do that. That's the best way to help. If not, I will definitely forget. But if there's any video you want, feel free to remind yourself, back out of this, find one of my earlier videos, comment in it real quick, and then come back and join us and let me know that you've done it, and then I will know that that you did that. And if it's a different video and you haven't liked it, make sure you like that video for me too while you're there if you don't mind. Thanks, Lex. And that way I'll remember people. So yeah, if you guys got videos you want me to watch, that's the best way to remind me. And I will watch them, I promise. But just during these live chats. I'll go through other videos on my own and check it. But if there's a specific one you want and we're talking here and you're like, oh, that has something to do with what we're talking about. Or, hey, you should check out this. Best way to do it, comment on another earlier video, hey, go check out this, give me the link or whatever, or just tell me what you want me to, you know, copy paste, and I'll do that and look it up, and then thumbs up that video that you're in if it's a different video, and that'll help out, wouldn't it? Cool beans. Cool beans. And if you sub to me, I will sub to you guys. If you're a if you're a a YouTube creator and you want to do get some more subs, please come on and hang out. Invite everybody on the channel while you're talking. Hey, go to my channel, sub to my channel. I go to other people's live streams and do the same thing, and I would expect no less. It's a good way to talk and meet other people. So come into the thing if you want some subscribers. Ask others. If you sub to my channel, I will go into one of I always go into my creator studio and check the subscribers, and you guys should know it takes about 24 hours to update, but as soon as I do see it, I will subscribe to your channel as well. So that's a guarantee, a promise from me. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've been bleeding subscribers out so much right now, and It's dropping a lot, and I don't know why. It's always these live streams. When I do live streams, I lose subscribers. And I don't know if it's YouTube trying to push me off live stream or not. It's not going to stop anything because I like doing live streams. It's a lot more fun. I think it's a lot more interactive. We get to sit, we get to chat, we can talk, we can change subjects. It's not so one-dimensional, I think, you know. I like this way. Very much. Thank you. There's the word I was looking. It's a lot more personal. It's time to be honest and hang out unscripted. And you know, I like watching YouTube videos that are clearly nice productions and scripted. But once in a while, it's cool to get out. And I love watching other live streams. LA Beast, I watch his quite a bit anytime. Oh, well, thank you. And see, that's what I think is great about it, about live streams, is that I'm losing subscribers by total numbers. I'm still gaining subscribers, but I'm just losing more than I'm gaining. And but what I'm actually noticing in the numbers, though, is that I'm gaining more more interactive of an audience. And that's what I want. I want more people interacting. And I would rather have, you know, a dozen to 2 dozen really great people on YouTube as opposed to 1,000 people who don't even, maybe half of them come by and don't ever talk, don't ever chat, don't thumbs up, don't interact. And that kind of just defeats the whole purpose, right? I'm not sure. I've never really listened to a whole lot of music from the Netherlands. Again, I would be happy to listen to some and see what I'll take a look on it. So I will try to remember to do that. It's called, okay, Tom, then remember for me to, the rule for checking it out, do me a favor, take that, go to one of my other videos real quick, comment, hey, check this out, and I will definitely go do it. And then jump back in. Come back over. Sweetness, and I will definitely take a listen, and then I'll try to go through all these videos. Evie, I know, is going to take a nap later on after this live stream. We're keeping her up, and I apologize for that, but she was happy, kind enough to join me. She was like, I'm going to go live, you know, I don't want to bother you. She's like, no, go ahead, you know, go live, and I'll join you, and then when it's over. The Last Days of Humanity. Ooh, very good. Well, then I'll tell you a good band to check out if you've never heard of them. It's called 10 Years is a band I enjoy, and they have an album that was called The Autumn Effect. And one of my favorite songs from that album is called Cast It Out by 10 Years. So if you ever get a chance, listen to that one. And then maybe next time we come on, if I had you listen to it and you like it, it's definitely going to get stuck in your head. It's just one of those songs. I think Evie's even heard it, and I'll play it in the car once, and I'll look over, and she's over here jamming to it. It's kind of a rock song, but you should check it out. I used to use a lot of rock music to pump me up in Iraq. Iraq, Afghanistan, you got to use like rock music to kind of get the heart flowing, the juices going, and then bah! So, yeah, so I used to use a lot of rock music to get the old heart rate flowing. Kind of juice yourself up, amp up. So rock music was my go-to stuff for that. I was a crazy boy. Yeah. Insane in the membrane. Yeah. Oh yeah. But I used to do that too. I would when I was in listen to Helilung. Okay. That you've listened to. Oh, very cool. Let's see. Another good. What's a good rock? I'm a big Avenged Sevenfold fan. Evie's got her select songs that she likes from them. Atreyu is a band I like. As I Lay Dying. What's that other one? 6 with 2 X's. That's a good song. Oh, look at this connection. It's just horrible. Rot from Brazil. Ooh, that sounds like... I used to listen to Chiodos. Oh, this is...
Are you on your mobile data or the...
I'm on Rings of Saturn. I've heard of them. Can you hear the dog snoring? Oh, that's cool, George. Check out Mystic Roots then. That's really some good reggae. That's Ziggy Marley, Bob Marley's nephew's band. Pass the Marijuana is one of my favorite songs. So you can check out that one. You'd really enjoy that then. Really good grooving kind of sound. I said, you know my feelings, and now I feel okay. Give me such inspiration to look at things another way. You help me relax at the end of my day. So when I feel like I feel, let me hear you say, pass the marijuana my way. Okay, that's all. I'm not going to torture you guys anymore. But that's a great song. Sorry, it just popped into my head. Great song. Good Vibrations. That's another great song. Absolutely, David. Speaking of Good Vibrations, that was one of the songs in that play I was talking about. Good Vibrations was in Return to the Forbidden Planet. It's one of the main songs that they play, and it's done great. If you ever get a chance, go on YouTube and check it out. Just type in Return to the Forbidden Planet. I think if you type in Clarksville, you can find the one where they've got all the different music. I did get to see Phantom of the Opera on Broadway in New York, and that was an experience like no other. But what was weird is every place that my brother and I went, we were in New York. I was in New York about 3 months. There Sip is, finally. Sip finally joined. Daniel Chronic.
I texted him forever ago.
So, I was in New York, and
he might have been on the phone, though.
I was there 3 months before the towers came down. I was there in June. Yeah, June. So, the weird thing about it is that we were there just, hold on, focus. We were there for our own reasons. I was there for dance lessons from a highly respected dance teacher. You saw the Book of Mormon? Hello, Lucy. So, I was there, sorry.
Hello.
I was there to go see, like I said, take some dance lessons from a very well-respected dance instructor. And while I was there, we happened to go do all of these other things. And everywhere we went, my brother and I kept getting hounded. I don't know why. I think it was our hair. I had my hair dyed blonde. I have a picture of it somewhere. And so we were, where was the first place? We went to go to see the Phantom of the Opera, and we're standing outside.
Show us your moves then, Jay.
I have my tap shoes still. I still have my tap shoes. I did jazz. Hold on, wait for the. This is so pissing me off. I did jazz, ballet, tap, and hip hop, but tap was my thing. I won tons of awards when I was a kid for tap. That was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore. I could probably tap a little bit, but I'm not getting my tap shoes out, and I'm not making that kind of noise, and I don't have a floor and all that jive. But anyway, so. We're outside of the movie theater. We're outside of the movie theater on Broadway, the theater hall on Broadway, and this lady comes up to my brother and I, and she's like, "Oh my God, you two are," I don't even know who it was. These guys from some soap opera, I guess. And we're like, "No, that's not us." And the lady's like, "Oh yeah, it is." I'm like, "No, it really isn't. It really isn't." And she was obsessed. I guess she started snapping photos and stuff. Okay, cool, whatever. Then I was like, another day, I was coming up into the hotel in the elevator. And I'm just standing there, and this lady and her daughter come into the elevator with me, and we're riding it up. And she says, she points at me, "You were just in that play I saw." I'm like, "No, I think you're mistaken." She's like, "No, it's you. I know it's you." I'm like, no, it's not me. I'm here with the dance group." "Oh, it is you. See, you're here with a dance group." I'm like, "No, not like that." And she followed me to my hotel room. I don't know what floor she was supposed to be on, but I was supposed to get off of my floor, and she followed me all the way right up to my door. Then we were walking by TRL, and we're just hanging out outside looking, we didn't know the first day that you're not supposed to walk between the barrier. And we did. Everyone's behind the barrier, and we're just like, doot, 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 doot. And so I guess they saw the hair, and then we were walking by it another day, and this dude comes out in his suit. He's like, "Hey, we want you guys to come up inside and be inside. Can you come here we want you on like 3 shows for this day, this day, this day." I'm like, "No, we can't make it. We're leaving." Josh is like, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm just going to stick around here and hang out more. Like, you can't do that. You were a fan of Riverdance? I always thought Riverdance. Hold on, let's see. Now I missed a bunch of comments. Lord of the Dance. I remember Lord of the Dance, yeah, and all that. Feet of Flames, all that jive. Michael Flatter. If this gives me one more connection issue, guys, I'm gonna switch to my phone's You're my nutcracker. Yep, hold on. Stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna switch over to my phone's internet and see if that helps. And just like that, look at that. That was quick. I'm a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Oh, Blades of Glory was great. I loved Blades of Glory. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. What was that move called? The Double Lindy? No, that was the Double Lindy was on Back to School with Ronnie Dangerfield. Whatever it was, the Triple Lindy. I don't know. 10 out of 10. That was such a great movie, Lucy. I love that movie. That's also a great song, Smooth Operator. Oh, yeah. Smooth Operator. I don't know. I think your
picture did clear up a lot.
I think I used to play. Oh, yeah. I think I used to play that song when I was operating a raid camera in Iraq, and it was. I also used to think that song by Britney Spears, I would remix it to be I'm a raid operator instead of You're on my radar. I'm a raid operator. That camera was really cool. I don't know how much I'm supposed to not talk about it. I don't know yet. They never really briefed me. Well, I kind of had a briefing. Don't talk about what you see in here. Don't talk about how the equipment works. So I'm not really talking about how the equipment works or giving any specs. Do I play any instruments? A little bit of piano. A little bit of piano. You mean the 2018 SIP? I do play a little piano. Evie plays the viola. Britney Spears, she was pretty. I had a Britney crush back in the day. And I don't think so much the 90s. It was like the early 2000s when Christina Aguilera.
He plays the spoons.
You play the spoons? Oh, do you, love? That's lovely. Yeah, I had a little Britney Spears crush, because who didn't? That's why I took up dance class, to be honest with you, is I wanted to meet girls. And then I thought, honestly, I was like, all right, check them out. This was my thinking. I just turned out to be good at it. It's like, where can I meet a lot of girls by volume? And
Daniel! I could play a crack pipe.
And I was like, and where is there going to be low male competition? My sister's dance class. And when I went to a convention, they one time announced at the convention, we have 500 people here at the convention, and we're so proud to have 6 males. I'm like, that's the numbers I'm talking about. No, Evie's not going to shoot. She knows that. I was like 16. Sips on fire. Oh.
That's okay. I joined cheerleading to meet the jocks.
We all have our reasoning.
I wore guys' deodorant so that it made guys think that I was hugging on another guy, so it made them like fight.
Jealousy turning into the sea.
You use which guy?
Like I said, it just turned out that I had rhythm. And then my dance teacher was like, oh, you can dance, you can move. I got put into I think after 3 months, I was put into the experienced team. And like 2 months after that, I was put on the competition team. I didn't even want to. I just wanted to go in there like 3 days a week. And then it turned into like I was going to dance class 6 days a week, practicing something like 30 hours a week, school and full-time job. It was crazy. Because they say, all right, check this out. Here's the thing. Whenever you watch a dance routine, if you ever see something on YouTube, for every 1 minute of dance choreography you see, it's generalized that it can be anywhere from 50 to 100 hours of dance practice to get 1 minute of dance right. So when you see like a 3-minute routine, you're looking at about 300 hours of practice. Generally.
And cheerleading's about the same.
Oh, no doubt. Any kind of choreography, the rule is for every 1 minute of choreography, you're looking at 100 hours. Jews do. Well, this Jew does have rhythm, but I get that from my dad. My dad is a full-blood Jew, and he has some. My dad can dance. That's where I think I get it from. Yes, So, but yeah. And Sip, you know what? Sip can attest that he's seen me dance before because we went to Big Bear and we met these two Marines, Marine couple, and Sip and the husband went to go get a drink. I like to dance. I love dancing on the dance floor. And I asked, hey, do you mind if she comes and dances with me? And he was like, no problem. Yeah, go ahead, have fun. She loves to dance. Took her out on the dance floor. It was Sergeant Sarah. Took Sergeant Sarah out on the dance floor, danced with her. Dude, there were people coming up to us telling us afterward, that was amazing. I was like, dude, I was just doing something simple, having fun, just dancing away. And people loved it. And Sip can attest to that. So, yes, I have some decent dance moves. I can move and I can follow. But, see, I don't dance. It's not very easy for me. I don't dance with others like that very well. Choreography dance or dancing by myself is very easy. Dancing with a partner, not so much. Not so much. But, like, you want me to do the electric slide or stuff like that? Psh, it's done, son, like a stun gun. I got that. But that's always fun stuff to do.
You can't dance with a partner anymore anyway with your shoulder.
Yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of dancing. The bouncing with the shoulder wouldn't let me. Whatever. No, that was fine. Sergeant Sarah was a great dancer. She did good. Sergeant Sarah. That was a fun trip. You guys have no idea. I don't think... I've told the story before, but I don't mind telling it again. It's how I met Sip. And it was a crazy, crazy time. And what a weird weekend that turned out to be. Everything was just... Nothing... There was so much stuff that just went on. So much stuff that happened. But it was amazing. Everything was like... It was just... It culminated in... And I had to leave for Iraq, I think, in a month. So this was like my last blowout and my last chance. And when somebody said to me, have you ever ridden jet skis? And I said, nope. I want to knock that off my to-do list. And an opportunity arose, and I'm going to Iraq in 30 days. And you just dropped $7,000 into a 22-year-old's lap. You're damn right I'm going to go ride some jet skis. So this old man comes up to me and he goes, you want to go ride jet skis with me in the mountains? I was like, sounds kind of creepy, but okay. We're going to go ride jet skis in the mountain. So, yep, went up to Big Bear with Sip. Best friends ever since. Right up to the point where he lost his sunglasses. The mountain catching fire. A general coming up to me on the day we left to go to Big Bear and telling all the NCOs to get us all off the damn field. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I've seen several generals in my life. Quite a few. But never got to really talk a whole lot with one. Except for that day. And, oh, good for you, Lux. That's good. So it was Fort Irwin Saturday morning. And we were on 4 days. So it was going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday we were off. But they told me that I was going to be off of training by 12 noon. I was like, okay. I told Sip, hey, man, I can't go with you until noon. I have training. And he was like, yeah, dude, that's fine. No big deal. Go ahead and do that. And, when you're done, give me a call. Okay, cool. So, regardless, I have to do training. But who cares? It's 12 noon. And I still got 4 days off. We'll be at the mountains in 2 hours. By the time we get there, it'll be like 4. Perfect. Still plenty of time to do whatever we want to do, right? And we still got all weekend. No big deal. So I'm out on the field. It's like 8 in the morning. And we're setting up the 50 cals for training so I just did basic training in AIT, so I was very well familiar with 50 cals. And 50 cal was my bread and butter. I could headspace and time a 50 cal like it was nobody. Like just that. Set it up, mess it up, set it all up, boom, 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 headspace and timing is done. We're ready to lock, stock, ready to rock. So we're out there doing 50 cal training, and out of nowhere, it's probably like 30 minutes into training, they just finished the briefing on what we were expected to do. And they have all this equipment set up on this big field. And I'm in full gear, helmet, battle armor.
Since Lex said that he got another sub, he's gotten 3 more.
No, nice, Lex. Look at you, buddy.
He's up to 15 subscriber. When I subscribed, he had 10.
Nice, Lex. So you're getting quite a few. Isn't that amazing? It is third millennium. It's a wonderful way of thinking. You shot the M16. Thousands. I wouldn't doubt it at all. You shot the M16. I did as well. M16 A2, A3 model, as well as the M4 A1 model. So we're out there doing the 50 cal thing, and the general comes up and he says to me, "Who are you?" And I go to attention because it's a general. Private Greenbaum, sir. And he goes, "Oh wow, Luce, you're growing too as well." And he goes, "What unit are you with?" 557, sir. hold on a second. Who's in charge here? And some sergeant comes running over. I am, sir. Like, is this 557th out here training? That was my unit, the 557th. He goes, roger that. Don't they deploy in 30 days? And the sergeant goes, roger that. He goes, formation now. And when a general tells you formation, I believe he was a 2-star. When a general
Lucy.
What?
She goes, me as a big girl now.
You're
LOL.
playing with the big boys now. Playing with the big boys now. What movie is that from? Every spelling gesture. Oh, that's from The Prince of Egypt. Every spelling gesture tells you who's the bester. You're playing with the big boys now. All right, so anyway, that general called formation, and you know what? Everybody snapped to. He goes, NCOs, fall out. All the sergeants fall out. You will clean up all of this, and if these soldiers are not off this training field that are with 557 in the next 30 seconds, for everyone that is still here, you will do 100 push-ups. All of a sudden, 557, fall out, move. Dude, people started grabbing I'm not going to question it. Because, one, I got a buddy waiting to take me to go ride jet skis. So I take off, alien. I saw a UFO at Fort Irwin while I was there. I don't know if it was alien or not. I don't pretend to know what it was. But it definitely did not move like any kind of craft that is possible that I've ever seen or would be possible. Who knows? I don't know what it was, but it just didn't move right. Anyway, so I go running off the field. Because that's what you have to do. You run, yell. I don't know why, but Army makes you run and yell everywhere. So I'm running like that off the field, and I jump in my car. No, I didn't have a car. No. So I ran back to my barracks, and I call Sip up. Sip, dude, I'm off out of here. All right, man, I'm going to come get you. And then he came over, picked me up. We stole free ice because my side of the barracks had the ice machine. Well, we didn't steal. It was free. It was there for. And we headed to Big Bear. And that's how I met Sip. And that's why they stuck us on the 113 together, which was our armored vehicle. It's because Sip and I were such a good team. We had each other's back. We knew how each other operated. We could communicate without words. We developed a kick system for communication. We were smooth. Well, I don't think you really can. They had an ice machine. It was there for us to take ice. So, now, I will tell a story. Sip loves this one. Is we were in Barstow, California once. And you ever see those things that say, like, they're a little cup at the store that says, take a penny, leave a penny? You guys familiar with those? It just kept us contained. You guys ever seen those things that say, leave a penny, take a penny, though? Well, Sip and I are in Barstow, California, and I think this was that trip, and we were heading to the place, and Sip goes, I'm going to stop for gas because it's more expensive in the mountains. And I'm like, okay, cool. We'll go in, buy some smokes and everything like that, bring smokes. And we're up there paying for everything, and I'm standing there with Sip, and, the way Sip and I operate is, I got my drinks and everything. He's like, just throw it up there. I'll cover it. And then the next time we go somewhere, I'll cover it. That's just the way it works with Sip and I. It's not we don't, I'll pay for I got this one, dude. I got this one. That's the way Sip and I work. So he's paying for everything. And while we're standing there, I see the sign that says, leave a penny, take a penny. So, I reached in and I picked one up and I said to the shop owner, don't mind if I do. And I put it in my pocket and I left. But Sip was like, did you just Jew a penny, dude? I'm like, well, it said take one. Dude, he died laughing. We were laughing the whole way. And then Sip got pulled over on the way to that Big Bear, I think it was. He got a ticket for speeding. No, that was a different time. That was another time we went to Jew the pump. So, Sip loves this one too. This is something I love to do. Is when you're at the pump and say like you want to pump $10 in gas or whatever. You hit your $10 mark. If you can tap the pump just right, you can get a little bit more gas to squirt before the 1 penny mark rolls over, and it's free gas. You can just watch the numbers. Squirt, a little more squirt. Sip dies laughing when I can get it every time. Over the years, I think it probably added up to at least a good couple gallons by now. It takes a steady hand, though. And if you mess up, don't feel bad. Just try again for the next penny until you work it. And then you get your everything out of it. Yeah. I do that too. I'll raise the hose, but you have to prepay for that one because when the pump cuts off, it kills the handle. So if you haven't prepaid, you got to make sure you prepay, squeeze the handle to open it, then tip it up to get the last out of the tube. But like I said, if you used your debit card, what's going to happen is that it's going to keep pumping if you don't hold the handle open to keep the fuel flowing, and you're going to keep paying. So you kind of have to prepaying is the way to do that the best way. Save a penny, make it rain pennies. I'll pick them up. They say that it's not economically responsible enough for, who is that guy? Who's that really, really rich guy? Bill Gates. If Bill Gates drops $100 bill on the floor, in the time it takes him to pick it up, he makes more money than it was worth for him to stop and pick it up. So his time is not worth it to bend down and pick up a $100 bill if he drops it. That's interesting, huh? Tell me this, guys. I came up with an idea for an app, and I want an honest opinion about it. I've talked to Evie a few times about it. She said it's a good idea, but I think I've been annoying her with it. And I'd like to talk to somebody else and see what y'all's opinion is on it. And, it has to do, I guess it would be kind of a little bit of a liberal bleeding heart kind of an app, but it would work. And I think it's a cool idea. And I think that an app name would be called Leftovers. And what you do is you register with the company online. Okay, so you register on the app that you either you can participate or you can be a donor. And what you will do is that if you are a participant, say you go down to a local office or a government office where we can, I don't even necessarily know a government office. If we just find a way to get these containers out to people that have a barcode on it. And what you'll do is, or a Q code. You write to them, confirm who you are with, name, address, email, and everything. Something like that. We'll have to have a way. This is the details that would have to be worked out. But you get a Q code you place on a Tupperware container. And what someone can do is that if you have leftovers that you've made too much of your dinner, you can post on here, I have this extra available. If somebody who needs something to eat is interested, please come by. They come by to your house. And, this is the trusting part, is that you would have to necessarily come by a house, but someone could say that they're looking for some food or something like that along those lines. And again, this would have to be where the ironing out would have to be, where you could take a container that's been when you sign up to be a person who's going to give out, we'll send you a container, and you'll meet up with somebody to switch the containers so that you know that you've interacted with the person, and you can fill a container with food for them. They give you an empty container. You give them a full container of food. And then you get their Q code with it on the top, scan it, and that becomes yours to let you know that you've done the swap. Theirs goes to them. They scan it, boop, and then the interaction is complete. And it's a way to, I don't know, it's not 100%. It would need ironing out. Can you change a carbon tax? Well, Daniel, you don't understand, Sip. You don't understand, Sip, about the whole thing, is that carbon tax. Don't get me started on it. It's a different subject. It's something completely different than what I'm going with it. It's a point to be made. I really wouldn't institute this. It's a point to be made. But it's about carbon. So, all right, we're approaching our 1 hour mark, and I think that's where we're going to cut it. We got a few more minutes, so everyone please hang out. Thumbs up if you haven't already. Go check out the yellow snow video if you haven't. Please share that one if you think it's funny. Any kind of social media exposure on that one would be good. I did send a video into America's Funniest Home Videos. I doubt it'll get selected, but maybe. You never know. I wasn't making any money with it on YouTube, and so whatever. It's an old video. So I sent it to them. We'll see if they select it. Wouldn't it be cool? But I doubt it. But if not, they say if they use it on the show, I'll get a t-shirt. So hopefully they just use it on the show. That would be fine. I don't expect to ever win, but using it on the show would be great. Get a nice America's Funniest. That would go into the collectibles room if I got an America's Funniest Home video t-shirt that I finally made it on after watching years and years of Bob Saget hosting it, that I got an America's one. Send it to Fail Army. Well, see, that's the thing, though, is I don't want to send my videos to Fail Army because they're my videos. Why would I want to send my videos on my channel to
so that they can get money?
Exactly. Then they make money on the videos. And you know what? Just to be honest with you, Tom, I've gotten contract offers from media personnel. And there was a company out in LA that wanted to buy the rights to, how many videos was it? 7? I think it was like 7 videos. Well, I mean, it won't get more views for me. It'll get more views for them because they're going to take my... Here's what Fail Army does is you submit your videos to them and you give up the licensing rights to the video. And they take your video because... I don't know if necessarily Fail Army does it that way, but then they compile your video into a shortened video. You don't get any claim to it. They make a whole compilation video, and they get the views and the credit for it. And they probably maybe send you a t-shirt because they're big enough, Fail Army. But yeah, you don't generally get anything out of that. But there was a company out in LA, and they saw one of my videos, and they hey, Jeremy, we'd like to contact you more. Please email me at such and such. So I sent them an email. Hey, such and such, this is Jeremy. What did you want to speak to me about? I think it was called LA Media Management Group or something like that. And they were like, we're interested in this video you have. It's really funny. We take your videos and we offer them to TV shows that do clip videos. And if your video is used, you'll get paid $100. I'm like, so you want to... Let me see the contract. So they sent the contract over to me. And basically what it said is that they would own the rights to the video. I could keep it on YouTube, but that was all. And if they would own the rights to the video and everything. So if somebody else decided they wanted to use it or something along those lines, I couldn't let them. They would own the rights to the video for 10 years. If they used my video, if they used one of my videos in 10 years, I would make $100 for the time they used it. But after 10 years, when their license agreement was up, I would then have to do in written consent to send them to tell them that I no longer want them to have rights to it. Or they get to continue to have rights if I don't tell them they can't. Which I would expect rights. So I told them no. And I said flat out no. There would have to be some revisions to this contract. And I didn't expect to hear back from them. And like 4 months later, they called me and they were like, okay, we're willing to make you a non-exclusive contract. So I was like, well, let me see what you've come up with. Send that one over. Well, the friend I work with in the music business and for the label in Nashville, he's a music lawyer, a media lawyer. And I didn't have to pay him anything. And I was like, hey, man, would you do me a favor and read over this for me and tell me what you think? He was like, sure, no problem, absolutely. So he read over the contract for me and got back to me, and he tells me, he goes, look, man, I'm not going to tell you how to do your music or your media stuff. But he goes, these people are going to own 7 of your videos. And obviously they think there's something there. And what are we talking about now? There was a group from LA that wanted to buy the rights to some of my YouTube videos. And I told them no. Then they sent me a new contract. Or they sent me a contract, told them no. I told them I wanted the contract revised. They revised it. My boss is reviewing it. You're caught up. So my buddy's reviewing the contract for me. Again, music lawyer. And he's like, man, they're going to take these videos. They're going to own them. They're going to license them out to like 6 or 7 companies. You only get $100 if they use it. It doesn't say each time. It just says $100 if they use it. So they could use my video a dozen times to a dozen different shows, get like $1,000 for the video each time, and only pay me $100 once. He was like, how about you do this? You tell them this. You own the video, and they have the right to use it, but every time they use it, they have to pay you $40. He was like, that's better. They can still make their money, but every time they use it. And I told him that, and I never heard back from him. No, it is not. It's not at risk. If I put it on public, because you have to look at YouTube as this. And here's something people don't realize: YouTube and I are partners. Okay, this isn't a public channel. This is my channel. YouTube is we're partners. Okay, I'm a YouTube verified partner, which means that my content is mine. It's in my agreement I signed with YouTube. They make money off of my content that I solely own. This is all my content. That's why I have a watermark at the bottom of all my videos, so people can't steal my stuff. Because there are people who do that. They steal in a public place. This is my YouTube channel, and YouTube respects that it is my content. And this is why I can remove messages I don't want. I can remove, if someone said something I don't want them to say, I can take that away. And it's not censoring anybody. You're still allowed to say whatever you said. You're just not going to say it here. There's plenty of other places you can go say whatever. And that's the point. This isn't a public forum. This is my channel. So And when I go to somebody else's channel, I'm respecting their channel as their independent property. It's just like why you guys don't get claimed to the chat. If you technically was like, well, I chatted with him and I gave him this theory and he made money on it, so I want to sue for independent thoughts. You kind of openly agree that when you come into mine. Does that cost me money? No. It took me to be a YouTube verified partner. It took me probably a good 6 months of everything I needed to do. Verification, and if you become as you become bigger in YouTube and you start working into the monetization of it, where you actually make money on YouTube, even as little as I make, that you're finally seeing positives. You have to start doing all of this. You have to verify accounts, banking accounts. That verifies who you are to YouTube. You'll notice that on mine, I have my blue verified check mark that I am a verified YouTube partner. So it just takes it's just quite a bit of signing and stuff like that, of stuff I had to do just to get my AdSense account set up, which is, see, like YouTube doesn't pay you, Google does, and Google has their AdSense, and to get paid through them, I had to set up an account with them, and then I had to do all this stuff. And then they sent me an email 3 to 5 business days later, and then I had to start monitoring my bank account for a deposit that was going to be made. And then once the deposit was made, I had to go back onto Google and verify the amount of cents that was sent to my account. And then I had to wait 7 to 10 business days after that. And then eventually, after all of this time, this took quite a while. And then just to be able to get to the point where I could even do that took time on YouTube. And setting up the account, setting up everything, it takes quite a bit. You should start a magnet fishing video. It's going to take time. Unfortunately, YouTube rules change where you have to have 1,000 subs now to monetize. When I joined, you didn't. But by the time they did that, I was already over the 1,000 mark anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Go start a channel. Why not? There's such a great, amazing magnet fishing community out there. We're going to go over an hour, obviously, just by a little bit. But there's such an amazing magnet fishing community out there that there's no reason you shouldn't. I would definitely suggest that you start magnet fishing. It's good fun. Get you outdoors. My area, I don't think magnet fishing is going to work as well as I'd like it to. But I think I'm going to adapt and go, excuse me, with metal detecting. That's something I enjoy doing, and I can do that. So I can go metal detecting, and there's a lot about that, a lot around here. Then yeah, absolutely, you should be filming it. I would love to go on adventures with you and see your magnet fishings. Do it. Check out some of That's Brad's video. If you don't know who that is, put in That's Brad, just like it sounds, and watch some of his style and see if you can adapt to something similar to that, and go with it. Or check out other people's and see how you can do what they just make some magnet fishing videos. See what you find. You never know. Brad's finding saves and cash and coins and bicycles and motorcycles. Oh, well, very good then, Tom. Then another fan of Brad. Still waiting. We're trying to get Brad over here. There were some snags and some situations, but we're trying to correct it. And we're working very, very hard to get him over here, him and Ash, to do this tour. But you guys watching the videos is what helps the most, because then that just watching the videos is able to get us the boost in views we need to get the money out of Google to pay for it. I know, I was so excited. He called me when he got his passport. And it was funny enough as he was telling me that, I don't know if he wants me talking about it.
He was on my channel earlier when I went live.
Yeah, he was. I saw him on there.
I was like, what's up, cuz?
They questioned me to him for when he was getting his passport. They're asking, why do you want to go to America? And he told me he had a buddy there. Oh, very good. Well, I appreciate it. Right? At a ghost tour, someone has the soul groovy mysteries that I can't get to. Well, thank you. Hey, look, I enjoy you guys coming on here. It's just tons of fun doing it. I love finding friends all over. I'm so proud of it. Speaking of which, I'm so proud of everybody in Canada. If you guys in the UK don't step up the viewership, Canada's going to overtake you as number 2 in my lead in viewers. Right now, of course, America's holding it number 1 strong. I think they're 43% comes from my viewing audience comes from America, with right now 22% coming from the UK. At one point, you guys overtook America, and I don't know what happened. And then Canada's been slowly just creeping up. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, my Canadian friends, you guys are at 4% right now. And then at a left field, here comes India. And I'm like, yes. And India's coming up. I think they're at 2.6%. And I didn't see India coming. But I love seeing all the countries that people watch me in. And that's just really cool. It's like, I think it's something like 144 countries have every month watch your boy. And that's the coolest part to me, is that people all over the world are clicking on this weird guy and they want to see what I have, even if it's just for 2 or 3 minutes, even if it's just one of my other dumb earlier videos where I didn't even do life. Canada for life. Well, my mom's Canadian, so I've always got a special place, and my grandparents are Canadian, so I've always had a special place in Canada. Hell, a little special place for me. But yeah.
Yeah, you've never been.
But I've never been to Canada. But I would love to go. But guys, we're winning a little bit over that minute mark, that 1 hour mark. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you guys. We had a great live stream. We think we peaked out at something like 15 or 16 people hanging out, which is amazing. Good numbers for me. Always happy to have it.
I only had 6.
Hey, I see some people who get hundreds, like 4, 5, 6, 700 people at a time, and that is just impressive. I'd like to be there someday, but I don't know. I kind of like it on this smaller level. Focus. Go Patriots. Yeah. I like it on a smaller level like this because then I get to talk to everybody, and there's like just not chats just flying by where I really don't get the time to respond. So I appreciate it when it's a little slower like this. I think it's a little more personal, and that's, I think, a really cool aspect of it all. On a slower, smaller personal level, it's a little group. That's how it's been and always will until the end. Who can name that song real quick? A little group, that's all it's been and always will until the end. Hey-o, 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 hey-o. Anybody else notice, by the way, question of the day, when did the 90s start coming back? Nirvana, very good. Very good, it was Nirvana. All right, guys. All right, we're going to end this one. Thank you so much to everybody stopping by. Evie for hanging out with us, monitoring the chat, chit-chatting away with us. Daniel Chronic for always providing his insights on crack. Lucy Goosey for all the magnet fishing that they do. That guy who's hard to impress for his ever funny comments. Lex, who picked up a ton of subscribers. Stay. You want me to stay longer? Tom Healy. Well, people want me to stay longer. Lex,
You've got 12 watching now.
Well, okay, we'll stick around a little longer.
You've gained a viewer somehow.
Okay, well, we'll stick around just a wee little longer then, if you guys are having a good time. Healy like the helicopter. Yeah, I know. Helly. Sorry.
Tom Helly.
Sorry. I had a chief named Healy. Helly. Tom Helly.
But you're also saying, yeah, there was also the correctional officer on Orange is the New Black that was Healy.
Oh, we could do that. Your love is like a helicopter, baby. I want to ride. Instead of a coaster, a roller coaster.
Peanut, stop.
Tell a helicopter.
1.
I'm glad you like that one. Show us some tap. Nah. I'm not going to tap. I wouldn't even know what to do. Don't have the floor room. Shut up. It's not. I have to go stretch. No. Warm up the feet.
We don't even know where the shoes are right now.
They're in the closet.
There's like half of them.
I found both of them. I have both setters. My set of tap shoes and Josh's. But I'm not tap dancing anyway. It doesn't really matter. Do thunderstorm. Break a leg or two. Thunderstorm.
Does he mean thunderstruck?
I hear it, bro. Putting it out of the web. It's coming through. Well, see, that's not the kind of tap. That's river.
Of river dance.
That's river dance, which was that was more like clogging of anything.
Yeah. And
it's totally different. There's very specific moves in tap. See, we were like that. right there, that guy who's hard to impress. That should be impressive, that guy who's hard to impress. I picked it up over the human neural net waves, which is a real thing, by the way. Let me tell you about it. It's like this. Here's how it works. You guys got to be careful. I'm going to tell you about the human neural net wave. Is that there's a consciousness. And when you say something, it enters the consciousness. And everybody can draw off of that. Have you ever noticed that you started talking about something and all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's everywhere and you're like, holy crap, what happened? Why is everybody talking about this? I just talked about that. It's because you put it out into the net. That's why if you come up with a good idea, don't tell anybody. Keep it in your head. Keep it to yourself, so that nobody else can draw off of it. And there's proof of that is what they did is they took these monkeys and they threw potatoes, sweet potatoes into the sand. And some monkeys, they like sweet potatoes, but they didn't like a mouthful of sand, so they couldn't eat it. But then some young monkeys figured out how to use the ocean to wash off the sand and then enjoy the sweet potatoes. And it took a while for this to happen. And then the baby showed it to the adults. And in the time it took one adult to learn it, suddenly monkeys all over the other islands that were similar to this one started picking up on how to do it without being taught by young babies. So what happened is it entered, each species has its own neural net. And once one species learned to do it, the others were able to pick up on that and learn it easier. So you can't put things into the neural net, and others are going to pick up on it and steal your ideas. And Planet of the Apes begins. Exactly. Don't teach them how to use guns.
Go to your
Especially since that you think that like if another species of animals tried to rise up against us, they wouldn't be able to use a lot of our technology against us because it wouldn't work for them. They just don't have the way of being able to manipulate it like us. But unfortunately, gorillas and Planet of the Apes like things, they have digits that would be able to manipulate computers and fire guns and drive cars. They've got everything necessary to do that. So that would be a species of that you would need to be. I'm not worried about dolphins trying to manipulate M16s, so we're good on that one. Although, you know, Peanut wants to be on cam. Peanut just wants attention. He is an attention dog. So whiny. But yeah.
He just wants to eat snow. That's all he's wanting to do.
That's what he does. Is 90% of the time I take him out, he's just outside. He's got like he looks like a Coke ad. He looks like what is it? He looks like Tony off of Scarface at the end. Just a nose full of powder. How about the Vatican plan? Sips and I plan to take over the Vatican someday. Storm Vatican City. I should start a GoFundMe for that. Because technically the Vatican's its own country. If two people could take it over, I could then be in charge of the Vatican. I don't have a chance at being Pope, but I do have a chance at taking over Vatican City. And I was thinking that I don't imagine a lot of their guards would have any kind of firearms. So one or two people with some decent coordination should be able to take over the Vatican City. And so, I mean, being its own country, that's the only chance I have at being a world leader. So, yeah, we planned that years ago. Start a GoFundMe on it. We want to take over Vatican City. We're looking for volunteers if you'd like to join the movement. You know, the more the merrier. Never read a Dan Brown book, no. I used to think that I would go for president. I'd love to be president. It's not hard to figure out how to fix things. It just takes someone who's willing to not be corrupt, not have their own personal agenda in mind. Yeah, I mean, it's probably... See, I would... Yeah, I could run for president. I would probably start as governor, but you never know. I have ideas that aren't very simple how to fix things. It's just... It makes it... I don't understand the complication and everything. Why it has to be so complicated. No, Oprah, I believe, hasn't fully put her hat into the ring, but I am for any American who wants to run for president Oprah should, but I don't think it's going to work out as well. I don't think it would work very well for Oprah, and not because she wouldn't have a chance, but because there's a lot of things she'll lose a lot of stardom with it, because she's going to have to take an independent side on picks. And right now, Oprah is famous because she can be neutral on everything. But when you run for president, you have to make a hard stance on what you believe on things, and some people are not going to like that, and some people are. That's all. I think that she would have to take, for instance, let's say like a lot of women support Oprah, and it's very cool. I have no problem with a woman president, but let's say Oprah can stay neutral on the stance of pro-life, pro-choice. Now, when you run for president, you're gonna have to make a pick. So either say you're pro-life, Okay, she's going to anger the pro-choice people then. Say you're pro-choice.
Everyone is gonna have a free car. Look under your chair.
Right? You get a car and you get a car. And see, you can't do like that with politics to keep everybody happy.
No, because what are you going to do? Give out food stamps to everybody?
You can't give out free to everything. That's the problem. And Oprah is known for being neutral and generous when she runs her own show.
That's a good point.
You know,
I like that he made that point because I never even thought about that.
Very smart point. Absolutely. Very true. And like I said, taking a chance. Exactly. She'd be politically neutral. Well, exactly. Well, she could be pro-choice, pro-life. There you go. Pro. Just be pro and you're neutral. I get it. But like I said, you have a whole group of people who love Oprah. She takes a stance on something. Now half of them don't like her as much. See how that can work bad for somebody? Plus, think about it. She's already a billionaire. She's a billionaire. Is she going to step away from her network and allow it to be run by somebody else? I don't know. I don't know. Does she have the right to run? Absolutely, and I'm very proud of any American. And I did see this, though, and I was very pro. Look, I voted for Trump, so whatever. But I saw this thing where Oprah had said in an interview recently, she said this, I didn't think I could be president because I had no experience. Right? But now that I saw that Trump became president with no experience, I know now that I can run. And I was like, wow, look at that. President Trump showed somebody else that just because in America, you can be anything. You could be anything. And just
you get no taxes and you get
no taxes. Only on carbon. That's only on carbon tax. Yep. It's the only tax. We just need a carbon tax.
Coaster Roll says, I want to be a billionaire.
Who wants to be a billionaire?
Lex the Gamer says, who's Oprah?
Who's Oprah? So in conclusion with that whole ordeal, like I said, if she goes for it, good for her. It's her right as an American to do so. But I think it was amazing that Trump showed her that, you know, maybe it is possible for somebody like me who has no experience in being president, but just has a clear head and a good mind and is unable to be swayed by dollars. Maybe that's the person who should be president. And if anything, he has shown me that it is possible for somebody who's a nobody in politics to be president of the free world, just like anybody should be in America to have that opportunity. And that's amazing. That's amazing, isn't it? So go Trump. I'm sure that's going to piss somebody off. But if it does, oh well. Right? There's a problem with that statement, and I'm going to tell you what it is. It's not my problem. You guys wanted me to stay longer, and I did. Make sure you guys are sharing, hitting those buttons to share is a big thing, too. Arnold Schwarzenegger would be great for president. Yeah, he would be interesting, but I don't think he's eligible. He's not eligible for presidency in America. That's okay. That's okay, Lex. You're allowed your opinion, isn't it? But we can still be friends. We can still talk, hang out, have a good time, and we can play video games. All right, Tom, that's the Sperminator. Very cool. That's all that matters. I feel like my hair is going to take off someday if I just flap hard enough. No. Well, there's only 3 years until the next election, and I think he's going to get reelected. Just saying. I'll call it now. He's going to get reelected. If you look at all of our last presidency, every president back to Clinton has been two-term president. No, back to Reagan has been. Reagan was the last, I think. We had, 8 years of Reagan, 4 years of Bush, 8 years of Clinton, 8 years of Bush, 8 years Obama. I don't see it changing to a 4-year anytime soon. It's been a consistent pattern. And I think you notice that like we swing hard left with the president, and then the only response to that is to swing hard right with the president and then swing hard left. And we gotta find somebody who can center up the balance. And maybe I would be a good person for that. I understand some things, but I also under like liberal leaning, the pot smoking. That's definitely a left thing, and I'm all for that. I actually gave my thumbs up to the first time ever to a Young Turks video because marijuana was legalized in California, as it should be. But that's a very left-thinking thing. But I'm also very pro-gun. Kind of somebody in the middle-ish, maybe. I did like a test online, and it said I was just a little to the right. That was okay. That's fine. I still believe do whatever you'd like, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. I think that's the biggest rule. Cut back on big government, and do whatever you like as long as it doesn't harm somebody else or their property. That's all the really rules the government should be enforcing. Other than like federal laws of border control, because we are a country and we have to operate as such. It's a business. It's a business. Well, that's good. That's fine. And see, that's great. I have to hear both sides because I've changed my mind on several arguments. I thought once one way. I changed my way of thinking, and then I was presented a better argument that changed my mind back to what my original thinking was, but with more informed information. And now I stand with what I stand for because I've been for both sides, and I've been corrected by better information, and made another informed decision and changed my mind on things. And I think that's something that has to be. You have to be willing to change. If you're willing to have a discussion, you can't just have a discussion with the idea of I'm going to change minds. You have to have a discussion with the idea of I might change minds, but then again, you also must be open to the idea that your mind can be changed. If you're having a conversation with a man whose mind can't be changed, then you shouldn't be having a conversation. For instance, when I talk to somebody, if I was to ask them, are you sure 100% without a doubt in your mind that the Bible is 100% correct and there's no changing your mind, and they tell me no, then there's no point in having a conversation. Because I'm willing to have my mind changed, but the information presented must be something that builds on and is able to change my mind. And if someone comes at you with the mindset of I'm 100% sure I'm right on something, then there's no changing anybody's minds. Mind should change with facts, absolutely. And if you don't have a mind willing to change, then you don't have a mind for conversation. And that's fine. That's fine that you're a Christian. That's fine, Tom. I'm not. I was raised as a Christian. I was raised actually as a Messianic Jew, which is a Jew that believed in Jesus. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm back.
Just some dude said, just like a magic trick, he disappears.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry we lost everybody. Hopefully everyone comes back. That was the guy from the music thing. We had to talk shop for a second. I didn't mean for him. I wasn't going to answer it. I was just going to call him back, but it kind of interrupted the stream anyway, so I just let it run. So yeah, that was I don't want to say boss. I guess partner, almost like in Nashville. I work so much with him. But he called, just had to do some music stuff. If you never heard of the band, the Lower Broadway Band, check them out on Facebook, Lower Broadway Band. It's the band I help manage. So I do manage. Evie and I are part of a management promotion team. It's an independent promotion team, and on an independent record label. We have a house band that we manage. And I just got some really good news. They're going to be playing 11 shows in the next 9 days. They got picked up for a summer tour. And so, yeah, we're actually rolling now. We're doing really good. I'm actually finally getting when I first started with the company almost 2 years ago, it was an internship, and it's moved into like a management promoting. We don't get paid a lot, but what we get paid if our company signs a big one, we'll get a big check. We're working towards a big check as opposed to lots of little ones. So I'd rather make like $100,000 in one big check than make $100 here, $100 there. So it doesn't really count as making any kind of money. Yeah, better opportunities for single soldiers, absolutely, boss. So we're doing that, and I guess good things are happening. We're trying to do this, and the boss has given me the green light. I did just release one of their songs on Spotify and all of those big record labels and independent music stuff. So that's what's going on with that. And it's just play on my computer. It's just doing social media junk. And then, when the band needs something or something's going down that we need to push out or shows or contacts, it's all about contacts and just talking to people. And I don't like interacting with people, but I like talking with people. I can talk with people. Really good at that. But like being close up, not so much. Maybe I'd be a good president. It'd be perfect, huh? All right, Tom, go get some sleep, buddy. Yeah, I kind of lost a lot of people on that stream interruption. I thank you for Evie for manning the helm and keeping some people hanging out for a bit. I appreciate it. For those who came back, thank you so much. Tom, as always, it's a pleasure. Please go check out some other videos if you miss us. If you make another live stream some other time, we'll hopefully see you again. And check out what you've missed since you've been gone, bud. And have a good night. All right. Well, David's still here. Sorry again about that. Like I said, got a phone call. And what are you going to do? Sometimes. But yeah, when I tell you guys, there was another company up in New York contacted me, and they wanted to put me in a TV pilot. And it fell through. It didn't go through, but they're keeping me in mind for other projects later, apparently. Don't ever expect to hear anything of it. I had to sign all kinds of contracts, and there was release forms, and there's a lot of stuff that had to be done to get this taken care of. But that was actually interesting. I almost thought we were going to have a green light for that one, but it didn't work out. That was going to be cool, though. A&E was going to do it, and I thought it was going to be cool because then maybe I was like, would there be any way like I could write into the contract that you must have me as an extra on Walking Dead, me and Evie? And but it didn't work out that way. But you never know. Maybe they'll contact me again later for a different project. Who knows? I don't know. All right, guys. It's been at an hour and a half. I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. I do apologize about that phone call. Really just kind of screwing everything up. But these things happen. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everybody. Daniel, take it easy, buddy. Download tanks. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for wasting some of your life with me. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.